my gut says something's wrong. So I went into the Children's Hospital really early in the morning and they did 1 round of bloods. And then they took Pete and I into a room and sort of went, right, we now have a diagnosis, it's definitely JMML. And I said, right, so what's the outcome? They said, right, he potentially has 25% chance of survival if he gets a perfect bone marrow match. But at the moment, otherwise, he's got 8 weeks to live. We went to a baby expo and that's how we heard about Cryosite. And when they told us about Cryosite being good for leukemias and cancers, the cord blood storage, and they said also stem cell research. So luckily when Pete and I heard about it, we went, oh, stem cell research, there's no cancer in our family. Cool, that's not a problem. But maybe with stem cell stuff, maybe this is like an insurance policy for the future. And thank goodness Pete and I were both on the same page and we used the baby bonus to pay for it and store it. And then to have this horrific situation in hospital come up and just be absolutely blown away by what was going on, and then think, we did this thing, we did this cord blood thing, it was with this company called Cryosite, you know, will it help? And then they came out and went, oh my God, please tell us, please, you may have just saved your kid's life. I just remember this overwhelming feeling of relief. Like it's just like, we've potentially got some way of saving him. There was no other option. The chemo would kill him. Just if he went on, you know, he might last 6 months. His only chance of survival was to have a bone marrow match. And they explained that in Australia and worldwide, it was very hard to get a good bone marrow match and that quite often the repercussions of a bad match could be far worse. So they explained that because it was a pure source from a newborn, the body hadn't been exposed to anything. So really, if you're going to have bone marrow ever, it was the ultimate source. It was the purest, cleanest source. It terrified me that through the testing process and checking everything that something would go wrong. But Cryosite had done it perfectly and it saved Miles's life. Yes, it's a lot of money, but it's an insurance policy for your kid. It is the ultimate insurance policy because when you're faced with information like that and told that your baby has 6 weeks to live, 25% chance of survival if you have a bone marrow transplant. It's hard to get bone marrow matches. It's hard to get good matches. To be able to then sit there and go, actually, we've got the golden ticket. We've got this stuff. We've got, you know, there is no, I would pay $1 million for it. And Miles is living proof. He is a 7-year-old boy that most people wouldn't know that he's had this journey. We all say how lucky we are every single day. And the boys talk about their super blood every day. It's astounding. It's something that will be with us for the rest of our lives.